Hello, my friends, and welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. This is Jennifer. Have you guys ever broken something so badly that you thought, there's no way, it's broken, I just need to throw it away? So I love pretty pots for my plants. I have a lot of porch plants, outdoor plants, and I bought this beautiful pot and it rolled out of the back of my car. I drive a Forester, so it's got a hatchback. It rolled out of the back of my car and landed on my driveway. I picked up the pieces, I took it inside, I put it on the table, and then I just didn't think about it for a little while because I was really upset because I literally owned it for about 15 minutes before it broke. And then I decided I was going to glue it back together. This was in a million pieces. I just started gluing small pieces together and I just kept gluing and gluing and gluing until I had enough to put it back together. And then I actually filled in some spots. Like this part was just dust. That's obviously where it hit. I filled that in with a little bit of air dry clay. I contemplated a bunch of things and then I used what I had on hand. So I used a little air dry clay, and then I am going to be, I think, painting over the cracks with just white. And then I'm going to seal the outside. And my plan is to nest another terracotta pot on the inside because I have some plain terracotta pots. So I think I'm just going to put one on the inside to help this last a little longer. It's not perfect and it's certainly not quite as beautiful as it was when I bought it, but I put a lot of time into putting this back together in the last 4 days. And so I'm really glad that I was able to make it mostly whole again. The other thing I worked on last week was finishing up doll hair on the Raggedy rescue I'm working on. So I finished the blonde hair I showed you guys last week. So he now has a full head of hair and I'm leaving his curly like this. So I'm leaving all the little loops in from where I stitched it into place. And now I have finished his companion as well. He did not take quite as long, and I did end up using the pliers and the awl a little bit, but that was more because of my wrist than it was because of the actual fabric. It just made it easier. So I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek. He has a little snake tattoo right here. I've turned his eyeballs into sunglasses and has a sparkly red hair now. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. I hope so. A couple of you guys were asking last week. I haven't actually mentioned what I'm making yet, but I am turning these two thrift store dolls into Aziraphale and Crowley from Good Omens. One of my eldest kids' favorite fandoms, and these two characters are very important to them. They are played by David Tennant and Michael Sheen, and we met Michael Sheen when we went to London last year after a play that he was in at the time, and they went back to London at the end of last year to see David Tennant in a play. So it's really important to them. They're very excited about this. I have already cut out clothes for both of them. I'm going to be doing some interesting things because I'm going to be making a top coat and a couple of vests, which I haven't done before, so I'm very excited about that. And I am recording parts of the process. I don't think this is going to be a tutorial because I've done complete tutorials on hair and clothes before, but I am going to include some footage of, just some of the things that I'm making so you can just kind of see the process. Working with these two dolls has been very interesting because I'm pretty sure that this doll was hand-drawn. It is not like any doll I've ever worked on before. It's very similar, but there are some very distinct differences. And I honestly think someone looked at another doll and just maybe traced it or something like that. So the head's a little bit different shape, the neck's a little longer, the arms and legs are a little bit different, but it's very close. Could have also just been a different pattern that I've never seen before, but I've definitely never seen one that had a head quite as big as this one, but I left it as is, and you can see he just has a lot of forehead. This doll is certainly made from a McCall's pattern. It is probably, I think it was probably maybe a beginner project, and it's just made him a little extra quirky, which I really like, and I think it lends to the character. So with any luck, I'll have all of their clothes made this week, and I'll have show and tell next week, and hopefully by the end of next week or possibly the week after, I'll have the video put together. That's the process of turning these two thrift store guys into a couple of characters. Don't really have anything else to show you guys. I spent a good chunk of my crafting time over the weekend, either out of my house doing something else or working in my backyard. We're still putting things together back there. We had to replace our fence in January. One side was falling over. It was pretty bad. Anyway, we had to replace our fence in January, and I had a lot of trellis that I had taken down and needed to go back up again, and I couldn't do it until my wrist was better. So I am 98% now. It gets a little tired at the end of the day, but it's almost better. So I'm really grateful for that. I actually just started wearing my Fitbit again yesterday because I haven't been able to stand to have this on my wrist. So I feel like this is a huge improvement. So maybe once we're done with all of our yard work, I'll do a little video outside and show you guys what we've been doing. I can show you my little bird feeder setup and where we put our trellises up, and just maybe some flowers. I just would like a little more spring before I take you guys outside. That is pretty much going to be it for me today. I hope you guys have a lovely crafty week. Virtual hugs to all of you, and I will see you next week. Bye.